Buenas tardes, vamos a empezar en 30 segundos. En español va a ser a las 6 de la tarde, en inglés va a ser a las 5:30.
All right, so we're getting ready to start. We want to remind you that you can ask questions in the Q&A feature. This is a webinar, so we can't see you. The only way we're going to hear your questions are if you ask in the Q&A. So we'll make sure we answer those. But I think we are ready to get started. We want to make sure we have plenty of time since we have another session going at 6 o'clock. So I know most of you, but if you don't know me, I'm Scott Carroll, principal at Lopez Academy, joined here by our admin team as well as our counselors tonight. And we are going to review the 8th grade promotion requirements. We do want to note that your students got this information over a month ago. We've also sent this home, posted it on our website. So there's nothing new, but we want to make sure, because it's very important, that all of our families and students are aware of any changes that have been made. So this is the same requirement that was shared with your students and with you via email a couple months ago. So, but we want to do one final review tonight. And thank you, Mr. Magana. I think Mr. Magana is going to do the slides for us here. Thank you, Mr. Magana. And once again, if you have any questions along the way, put them in the Q&A box, and then we will either answer live or we'll type the answer into the chat. All right, we're going to start off with a promotion video that was made by our counselors.
Hello, Dr. Manuel Lopez Academy 8th grade students and families. I'm Ms. Morales. I'm the school counseling intern this year, and I'm interning with Ms. Ramirez.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ms. Ramirez, one of the school counselors here at Lopez Academy.
And today we'll be talking about some important changes to the 8th grade promotion policy this year. So effective March 12th of this year, the promotion policy has changed. Now, 8th graders will be able to participate in the promotion ceremony so long as they don't have more than one failing grade for trimester 3. So as long as they don't have more than one F during this current trimester that we're in, then they'll be able to participate in the promotion ceremony. We won't be considering the grade point average or the GPA, and we won't be taking into account any of the 7th grade transcript grades, nor will we be taking into account the 8th grade first and second trimester grades due to the transition into distance learning, which means that every 8th grader has the opportunity to participate in the promotion ceremony as long as they don't have more than one F this trimester. And we still have plenty of time for students to get their grades up if they do. Hello. Also, that we suggest is that you create a catch-up plan if you are missing assignments. That way you don't feel overwhelmed and you have a clear plan in order to catch up. If you need help doing this, you can always contact a school counselor for help. Another thing that can help you is to check your grades regularly. So if you don't know that you're failing, you can't know that you need to make up work. So make sure that you're checking your grades. And just know that anything below a 60% is an F. So if you know that for your classes, you have more than one class that you have below the 60%, then that's something that you can work on. Ideally, we want you to have A's, B's, and C's, so try for 70% and higher. But again, just make sure that you're checking them regularly. It can also be encouraging to see those percentages go up.
Thank you, Ms. Morales. So students and families, as a reminder, students, you can definitely reach out and ask support from your parents or guardians, relatives, your teachers, as well as your school counselors. We'll be sharing our contact information in the next couple of slides, and you can also ask our administrators for help. The 3rd trimester started on March 15th, so we are heading towards D and F notices. So teachers will be submitting DNF notices, which are the progress reports, by by May 2nd. Once DNF notices go out, we'll have 4 weeks after those progress reports are sent home for you students to bring up your grades. So just keep in mind that first week of June is when teachers will be submitting final trimester grades. So you still have time to submit missing assignments. If you're not sure, check your Canvas page for each of your classes, as well as ask your teachers. And as Ms. Morales stated, attend tutoring or the after-school program for help. So we highly encourage you, all students, to visit our school website for up-to-date information, as well as checking the 8th grade Canvas page that we have that's being run by school counselors and administrators. On there, you'll find our student resource corner, where we have different images that are linked to different resources that could help you. We have the after-school program referral interest form on there that you would need to fill out, your family member needs to fill out, as well as the 8th grade promotion policy posted on our school website. And we even have our digital request for students to request to meet with the school counselor. We also have the contact information for school counselors where you can reach us via email. And we have information regarding Oxnard Union High School District, which is posted on our school website under the 8th grade info tab. So we highly encourage you and remind you to please be checking your Gmail and Canvas for emails on regular updates and notifications of upcoming events and school announcements. So again, feel free to reach out to a school counselor at any time. You can call the office here. Our number is 805-385-1545. If you'd like to contact Ms. Garcia-Napoles, she's the school counselor that works with students with the last names A through L. We have here her Google Voice number, where you can call or text her and email her. Ms. Ramirez, the M3Z school counselor. So feel free to reach out to me, again, the Google Voice number or text, or feel free to email me. But as stated, the new board policy that was made effective March 12th states that 8th grade students may participate in the promotion ceremony as long as they have no more than one failing grade this 3rd trimester. Students, there's still plenty of time for you to bring up your grades. So please contact one of the school counselors if you have any questions or if you need extra help or support. So again, we hope to hear from you soon. Feel free to reach out to us via email, text, message, or Google Voice number, or here at the school, or submit a referral to meet with us in person, a digital request form. We'll see you soon.
All right, so that was a video that was sent out. It's been in our website, was sent out to all of you earlier in the year. We thank our counselors for making that video. So this information is exactly the same as the video. We are not looking at trimester 1 or trimester 2 grades. The reason we're doing this is we understand it's been a very challenging year for a lot of kids and a lot of families, for all of us really. So we want to make sure that we give students the best opportunity to participate. So once again, trimester 1 and trimester 2 grades will not count. Trimester 3 grades, we are in the last part of trimester 3 now. We have 4 weeks left of school after tomorrow. So trimester 3 grades are the ones that count. Once again, students cannot have more than one F. If they have more than one F, they will not be able to participate in the ceremony. Just a note here, GPA is not a consideration. We're only looking at the grades from trimester 3. All right, so you heard some of these tips already from our counselors, but we want to review what's the best thing you can do now, because we still do have a couple of weeks. I do want to note though, while we have 4 weeks left of school, there's less time for 8th graders. June 6th, our 8th grade final grades are due by teachers. So that's the grades that we look at for promotion. We have to have time to process those grades. So really it's about 2.5 weeks is all students have. It's time to make a big difference. There's still time, but we don't want our students to wait till the very end because time is running out. We advise students and parents check Canvas and check Q for missing assignments. Students know how to do this in both those formats. Check there, that's a great place to start. You don't even need to email your teacher and ask about missing assignments. You can just jump right in and start doing those. You can also reach out to the teacher, but it's also very important that you attend school every day. one link that we're seeing is students who have poor attendance also tend to have poor grades. They're not in school, so they're not obviously not doing well. So it's very important that every single day, we have 19 days left to school, or 18 days left, I think. We need to see students every single day, whether they're in the distance setting or in person. They should not miss any days of school between now and the end of the year if they want to improve their grades. It's also important to turn in every single assignment. One assignment missed is a giant 0 in the grade book that affects your grade. Make sure you turn everything in. And once again, the clock is ticking. Final grades are due for teachers for 8th graders on June 6th. That just gives us a couple of weeks to improve those grades. All right, so we have on here our contact information. You can see our 2 counselors, myself, and our assistant principals on here. You can also contact us. Students, the best way to reach us is probably through Canvas. We send you messages all the time in Canvas. You know, it's very easy to use. Parents, you can feel free to email us, call the school, reach out to the counselors. But most importantly, if you have questions, reach out directly to the teachers. We can't answer specific questions about assignments. Those need to come from the teachers, as they are the ones that assigned them. So please feel free. All the addresses are on our website. Your students do know how to contact all their teachers. Canvas is very easy for them to do that, and we encourage you to reach out. And at this point, Mr. Magana, Ms. Reagan, anyone else, do we have questions that have come up in Q&A that we can share with the whole group, since we have a few minutes left?
There was a question about what the promotion ceremony would look like.
Great question. So at this point, we're not 100% sure. We're still working with our school board and all the other 6, 8, and K-8 schools to finalize that. What I can tell you is it's not going to be, there won't be a big ceremony like there are some years, like at the PAC or at our school. It will be a smaller ceremony, likely an individual ceremony where students would come through, possibly one at a time with their families, but we don't have all the details. We're hoping to be able to send those final details out by next week. So as soon as we have those, we will send them out quickly. We know that there's lots of people waiting. So anticipate hearing a lot more about promotion ceremony from us, probably within the next week.
There's a couple more questions. One of them is asking if students will be receiving a cap and gown, and the answer to that is no, we will not have a cap and gown for our students due to the fact that we're not having a traditional promotion, and it'll be a modified promotion.
Another
Great question.
coming up is for immediate family. If immediate family will be able to join us, as of now, we anticipate we will be allowing our students to bring a couple of family members to participate in this event with them and take pictures. But again, as Mr. Carroll did indicate, all the final details will be delivered by next week. So please stay tuned. We will send that information through Canvas, Blackboard, and our school website and social media as well.
Yes, and we're going to make it, we know it's not traditional. We're going to make it as the best we possibly can with the ceremony. And we do plan to include parents and family members in limited numbers so you can take pictures and enjoy the important moments. So we hope to be able to send that out, like Mr. Magani said, hopefully by middle of next week, if not earlier. That would include the day and the time. Mm-hmm.
In that announcement, I was just going to say the date and the time will be included, as that's one of the questions that's being asked. When will the promotion actually occur? And there's another question, how will you know if your child is promoting or not? If you have any questions, please reach out to any one of us, and we can provide you with that information.
Yep. And keep in mind that there's still, if your child has more than one F right now, there is still there's several weeks for them to turn that around. Our teachers are willing to work with students and want them to be successful, but we do have to hold students accountable as well. So we want them they need to put some work in if they're not where they need to be, but there still is time. But if you wait until the very end, there probably won't be time. So I would recommend, if you have more than one F or even one F right now, to be safe, I would reach out to teachers today or tomorrow and start making plans to get those assignments in, because that's the biggest thing that students can do, is start turning assignments in that are missing, that are sitting at 0 in the grade book, which makes a big difference in the grade. So there's certainly time, but reach out to the teachers. That's your first stop. If you reach out to us, counselors or administrators, we're not going to be able to tell you the specifics of all the assignments. That's a teacher question.
And the date is June 6th, students, please, that's a little bit more than 2 weeks. As Mr. Carroll's saying, make sure you connect with your teachers, do all the missing assignments you have within a 2 weeks time. Because again, after June 6th, that's gonna be the grade that's gonna determine if you qualify for promotion or not.
And
Remember,
I also want to point out June 6th is the teacher deadline. They need time to grade. So I'm guessing most teachers are going to probably set Friday, June 4th or Thursday, June 3rd as a deadline. So you need to talk to your teacher. They'll probably tell you, but they won't be taking work probably all the way up until June 6th because they need time to grade and process the grades, as most of them have about 150 students. So they won't be able to take work an hour before the deadline. It's probably gonna have to be turned in a few days before that. So reach out directly. Your teacher will share that information with you.
Thank you to the parent who's asking what can parents do for a successful graduation. I think the best thing that you can do is encourage your students to stay on top of their assignments so that they can participate. And we would really appreciate your support in that.
Absolutely.
and I want to share our entire Lopez families that the administrative team, our counseling team, our office staff, and our teachers will, once we know the final plan for promotion, we are going to work very hard to make it as normal as we can and as special for your students and your family as much as we can. So we will devote our energy and our time to make it as nice as we can.
Absolutely.
I think all the questions have been asked, Mr. Carroll.
Okay.
I think we're good. And I think, again, there was a lot of information. So we do thank the parents for showing up. We are over 30 participants, so we're very excited about that.
That's great. Thank you, parents, for coming out. And remember, we do have at 6 o'clock is Spanish. So if you're a Spanish speaker and you missed part of this presentation or you have other questions, please feel free to join us. Also, know that we are an email or a phone call away all the time, Monday through Friday. So don't ever hesitate to reach out to us. Yes, this is recorded and we'll be posting this on our website and probably sending it out to all of our families. And this won't be new information for our students, but it's another good reminder for our students and families that we're right down to the end and we want as many students as possible to promote. So that's why we're doing this tonight. So thank you, parents, for your support.
And we'll put the link of this recorded video as well in the 8th grade Canvas classroom so that students can have access to it as well.
Thank you, everyone. And again, in Spanish is going to be at 6 p.m. So if you know of any Spanish-speaking families, encourage them to attend at 6 p.m. in 10 minutes.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
We can stop that recording, Mrs. Reagan.